Hey everybody, welcome back to Nick and Trav. I'm Trav,
I'm Nick.
and yeah, sorry to interrupt you last time. Didn't want to take too much more time off the last episode, but I believe you were going to tell us an exciting mama story.
Yes, we're gonna have a wonderful Mama Nick story. Um, so we were talking about, parents and technology. So I got two tablets. They're both Amazon Fire tablets because, I'm not a very big tablet guy. I just need something simplistic to run the internets and put the YouTube on. And those are fairly cheap and easy to use, and there's obviously accessories and stuff for it, so it's all whatever. Don't worry about it. It's cool. So, mi madre, which love her to death. She's my mom, and she has this knack. And I don't know if your mom does this, but she does play games. So, on her phone, she has Solitaire, and every now and again, I'll get her to play some Tetris and stuff like that because she enjoys those kinds of games, like time killer games.
Uh-huh.
So like, I wasn't using one of my tablets for a really long time, so she was like, "Hey, let me use that tablet." I'm like, "All right, cool, let's do it." So I gave her the tablet, and she's like, "All right, so I want Solitaire on the tablet." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I go to the App Store and I find like the most non-invasive, "Hey, look at me, buy my stuff, microtransactions, blah 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 blah." Like the one that just did not have that. It was just normal Solitaire. And dude, the amount of apps I went through just to find this one app of Solitaire was stupid. Like I did not understand how the hell you were supposed to be like, yeah, man, this version of Solitaire where it's got dailies and weeklies and bingo coins and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
And like it's just what the hell are you talking about? Why do I need this? No one needs this. It's fucking Solitaire. Like I mean, if you need like incentive to play Solitaire, I don't think you know what Solitaire is supposed to be like.
Sure.
So, like I'm telling her, I'm like, okay, cool. Like try this one, try this one, try this one. And of course, she's very particular about her Solitaire. The card's got to look nice, and there has to be quote unquote a theme that she can deal with and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I'm sitting here just like, dude, and we're going through. I must have gone through at least like 15 apps. And I'm like, I'm installing them, having her play like a round, and she's like, I don't like this. And of course, like as a son, I'm respectable, and I'm like, Mom, can you just pick one? Obviously that it's Solitaire, Mom. Like, you don't have to have some crazy 3D graphics or anything like that to play Solitaire. Just it's Solitaire. She's like, well, I'm gonna play it, so I wanna have the right one. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? You're a son. Nick, you're a son. This is your mother. She birthed you. She took care of you. She loved you. There's, you can't be mad at her. She's done a lot of dumb stuff, but you love your mom. So I go through all these apps, and then I'm like, all right, cool. So then like I bring up one of the ones we've already talked about, and I was like, didn't you like this one? This one looks nice. She's like, yeah, I like that one, but there was no like sound coming out of it, and I'm like, what? And so I showed it was like the second one we looked at, and for I guess for some reason, the Kindle Fire just didn't have sound for some reason at that point. So
So
she
it was
played it. So she tried to go.
so it wasn't an app issue. It was a tablet issue.
I think it was a tablet issue. Yes.
Okay.
At that moment, I thought it was a tablet issue. So then I go, okay, well, I put the volume back up a little bit, and I give it to her, and she's like, "Oh, I like this one. This one's nice." And I was like, "Okay, cool, hallelujah." Inside my head, I was screaming because that was like the second one out of the 15 that we looked at. And then and then for some reason, like she keeps muting it. And I'm like, I thought you liked the music. She's like, yeah, but I don't know how to turn it back up. And like, I looked at her. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I know how to turn it down, but I don't know how to turn it back up. And I don't know if you guys ever seen like volume buttons, but they're usually right next to each other, right?
Yeah, there's an uppy and a downy.
Yes. She was just pressing the down, thinking that it was just one button. And I looked at her and I'm like, Mom, that's not how that works. She's like, I do the same thing on my phone and it goes back up. And I'm like, yes, that's because there's like an indent in between both of them to indicate that, you know, one side does one and one side does the other. And she's just like, well, I don't know. You didn't tell me anything. And I'm like, don't put that on me at all. And then, you know, obviously my mother and I, we're rather close. You know, we care about each other. We're a good, it's a good mother-son relationship. So I just looked at her and I was like, you know what, Mom, you're a pain in the ass. You should never do things like this ever again. And I mean, Travis has heard some of the wonderful conversations my mother and I have had, where like, you know, we're just two adults barking at each other. Oh yeah, always. And when my mama comes in, she's just like, yo, what up? I'm gonna be annoying as fuck. Yeah, man. Like, I just looked at her and like, you know, we started our rant. We're just like, you know, Mom, don't talk to me. I hate you. I saw that. And then now since I'm not there anymore, because you know, moved out and all that good stuff, they call me. They call me now, Travis, on the phone, all hours of the day. Hey, the TV won't turn on. Did you press the power button? Oh yeah, okay, fixed it. You know, like shit like that, Travis. Or like my father with his need to understand how YouTube works. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I want to bottle my father's fascination with how YouTube works. Because it's like watching a 10-year-old like figure out like cartoons for the first time. Like, oh man, I can change the channels, you know, and get other cartoons. And there are other cartoons out there, and it's gonna be great. Because like, dude, literally putting a tablet or a phone with YouTube on in front of my father is like giving a child a tablet with just like Baby Shark on 10-hour repeat. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Like, I love my dad to death, but oh my god, like he'll just look for shit. And it's not like any topical things, you know, like he's not looking at like Cardi B's wet ass pussy or shit like that. You know, he's looking up like clips from CNN and really old music and like really old westerns. And I'm just like, this is great. Like, he's using YouTube like an adult, but then he goes, well, you know, I can't find this one thing. And like, I don't think a normal person does this, but when he's searching for something, he will literally just throw the keyword in and then go. You know, he'll look up Clint Eastwood and he's like, no, I'm not looking for clips of Clint Eastwood taking a shit or whatever. I'm looking for this movie. And I'm like, okay, we'll put the name of the movie. And he's like, I can't remember the name of the movie. I was like, okay, well, why don't you Google it? Okay, well, how do you open Google? And it's just like, God, how? How are they going to survive, Travis, when the apocalypse happens and all there is the overlord Google? Like,
yeah.
How are we going to do this, Trav?
Yeah, I don't know. Granted, this is a little bit more complicated, but like, I've set up like a CCTV, so you know, just basically a security camera on. Like, my dad put in the camera, but you know, I programmed it for him or whatever, and just the way it has to be done is so convoluted for no real good reason. So as soon as it goes off for whatever reason, because like you know, they change their, because it emails them pictures of when, you know, when something passes by.
Yeah.
So like if they change their email password or something like that, then like just little things throw it off, and I can't do anything. They're not going to be able to do anything. So it's like I make it a mission when I go home. It's like, okay, we gotta hook up the TV so I can see what's going on, and that's like the system is basically in the kitchen. So then like I'm taking out the kitchen, and it's just yeah, it's a
Oh my
it's
god.
a mission.
No, dude, okay. So we have a family friend. Her name's Anna. She's a wonderful lady. She's known my dad for a really long time, and she loves cats. So one day, my dad was like, "We're gonna go to Costco and we're gonna pick up some of those like outside cameras that like send pictures to your phone and stuff like that, like what you did."
Uh,
But they also do audio and stuff, like you can talk through them and all that good stuff. And the app on your phone connects all of them together. So like she's got one in the back, one on the side, one in the front, and like they all transmit everything to her phone when something obviously moves into frame. And all she does is use it to watch the neighborhood cats just hanging out at the house.
dope.
And in my head, I'm like, that's cool, you know, like good on you. She likes doing it, whatever. She's not hurting the cats. Who gives a shit? What I don't like is that sometimes those cameras disconnect. And you and I both understand how, you know, tech support over the phone when you're talking to someone who has no clue what the fuck they're looking at is trying to describe to you what they're looking at.
Yep.
Kind of frustrating. But like that's the thing. Like it's brutal.
Oh yeah,
It's like you want to. What happened?
Yeah, because that was that same scenario I was telling you about with my dad, where it was just like all you got to do is just drag over, you know, stuff
Yeah,
from A to
just
B.
drag it over.
That was a struggle to get the right window to pop up because he's just like, okay, how do I get to it? It's like, okay, well, open up, you know, File Explorer. Like, okay, so on the left hand side, like you should see this drive. He's like, I don't see it, and like just navigating the File Explorer was like that might have been the most time consuming piece. Was just like, oh hey, try this. Like, nope, I don't see it. It's like I don't know what you're like. What are you looking at, dude? And it was just a whole lot of like, I don't know. Like he apparently was. He thought I was talking about something else. Is what it ended up coming down to. And I was like, no, like I told you, just go click here, open that up, and then go from there. So like, you know, like to your point is just the miscommunication of like, I know what I'm talking about, but they don't know what I'm talking about, and then
They have like zero clue. And then they try to describe stuff to you, and it's like, what are you looking at? What is this?
yeah, exactly.
And I mean, believe me, audience, we love our parents. Our parents are great. There's not any type of zealous hate or any type of like true anger when we do this with our parents. It is just utterly frustrating that like technology has become so, I don't want to say ingrained in our heads, but like it has become such a vast part of our everyday as the young people, where I feel the generations before us, they're just screwed.
Yeah,
Unless they go to like an adult education class and learn how to use a phone, you know, like that's not going to be a thing for them. And it's just, guys, it's brutal. But you know, like I mean, obviously you just got to work with them every day. Dude, you are getting
I know.
destroyed.
I was trying to find the save point with Siegfried earlier and wasn't able to, and so now I need to try and figure. And I don't have. I have no herbs or chickens or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
You ain't got no go. You ain't got no yak leg.
Yeah, no, none of that.
Damn.
So
But yeah, man, like it just, man, parents, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Wait, you can turn Siegfried up there,
No,
right?
that's
Wasn't
that.
there a save point?
No, that was the wrong one. I believe. I'm gonna feel silly if it's not. Yeah. That's where I got the power up.
Oh, you can't. Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah, it's not at every save point. It's a specific one.
Oh, that's BS, dude.
Because otherwise, I would have been just Siegfried all game. You know, for this whole time.
Yeah, dude. Getting the big boy sword and just swapping.
Yep. Get it.
No, man. Like it just sucks. You know. And then like we were making fun of Grandma. You know, because she's got a smart TV, but she doesn't have an internet. Because she's just like, I don't need it. The hell am I gonna go on the internet for? I buy everything. You know, I can buy everything off of the JTV channel or the QVC channel and all that shit. She don't need internet. She can call in. All that good stuff. You know, she's not wrong. She don't need it. But like in my head, I'm like, there's gonna be a time where like her cable company's like, no, you need internet now. Like period. Like we need you to do it because everything's gonna be like app driven. You know, and channels are gonna be apps soon.dm, and it's just gonna suck because like I'm gonna go in there and be like, all right, Grandma, this is how this works, and she is not gonna understand a goddamn thing.
Nope.
And I'm not looking forward to that at all. Because like, you know, I love my grandma, and she's a spunky woman. She'll still whoop my ass. You know? But dear God. Just the thought of going, yes, this is the router. This plugs into the modem. These are the cords that are, you know, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. And then you have all this other information that is gonna go in, like, you know, how do I reset it? How do I know if it's off or on? You know, like, how do I know this? How do I know that? Like, it's gonna be brutal.
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously been kind of dealing with that sort of stuff already, but it's just kind of like, yeah, hopefully we just leave it at that. I don't need to explain how internet works or whatever type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really hoping that like internet does stay a little quote unquote free markety, so that way we don't have to bundle it with stuff. It can just be, yes, I want internet. I just want internet. I don't need your TV. I don't need your channels. I don't need your phone. None of that crap. Just give me the internet. That's all I need. And I'm hoping it stays that way, like, for a long, long time. Because, like, I'm not gonna lie, Trav, I don't watch television. You know, I usually get all my information that I need, or, you know, I watch clips on the YouTubes, or I'll find the actual website of the news station that I want to look at, and I'll go there. I don't have, you know, like, my TV in my room right now has a PS4 and Nintendo Switch hooked up to it. Like, that's it. I don't need anything else because they got all the apps on it. And I mean, obviously my PC, I can get all the apps and websites that I want on this bad boy. So, you know, there's no real big need for me to actually like get a TV plan or like a landline. Oh my God. The idea of a landline in 2021.
I mean, my dad still does.
Yeah, I know. My mom still does too.
Yeah.
She's had that number ever since I was like, you know, old enough to speak English. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy, dude. It's like the leap in generations where it was like, yeah, man, remember when like phones were just like a landline thing that you had to pick up and hang up and stuff? Yeah, now they're connected to an ever-changing like web of information, and it goes in your pocket.
And then when you do go to call someone, it always sucks. It always drops.
Yep, it's fucking. Oh my God, you ran right into that guy.
Okay. We're gonna do this. The rest of this video is just I'm gonna get Siegfried.
All right. Yeah, we can get him. We're gonna get him, dude. We're gonna get the Soul Edge. We're gonna get Siegfried. And we're gonna full screen super everything. On wake up, period. And we don't need meter. We're just gonna use everything. Like, oh. Yeah, you're like talking about technology, man. Like, I mean, cell phones they scare me. Cause like, I mean, you remember when we worked at Target, I still had a flip phone.
Oh, that's
I didn't
right.
get a smartphone until like 2014, 2015. And like even then it was just like, yes, I just make cellular phone calls. I do not use the apps. I have music on here too. That's about it.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy you made it that long with the flip phone.
Well, I mean, like I didn't see, cause like I mean, I was more of a PC kid, and like I had a PC, so I had all the shit that I needed on the PC. I didn't understand why the fuck would I need to take that with me everywhere I go. I have a PC. This is stupid.
Sure.
And like it never occurred to me until like Isaiah was like, "Yo, man, check it. You can just get this smartphone for like $50 and put time on it, and you can just have a smartphone. There are reasons to have a smartphone at this time as a young man as I was, but he was just like, "Yo, dog, you really don't have to do that much to upkeep this cell phone. It's super cheap. It's super easy to use. Just do it. Stop being a grandpa." So then, bought it, had him do the thing, and like even now, dude, like I have this like Samsung S 2004, whatever bullshit ass number they have on this thing. It has no headphone jack, which angers me to no. Oh, I'm so fucking mad that it doesn't have an headphone jack. And like Ferg suggested these headphones that he uses, and I like them. Those are great headphones. They're Bluetooth headphones. I forget the name of the company. I'll probably remember and put it in like the description or something.
Tozo?
Yeah, we go Tozo, yeah. Yeah, these Tozo headphones are really good. I like them and I enjoy them, and they're Bluetooth. And they fit in my ear really, really good. And like the little box thing that they come in actually charges the headphone while they're like in there. So I'm just like, that's genius. I don't have to carry around my mobile battery.
You hear that,
So I'm
Tozo?
like, hooray. Yeah, right. Not sponsored, by the way. We are not sponsored by Tozo.
But soon.
So yeah, I mean, I'd love to get sponsored by Tozo, and give like all of our nine to 10 viewers, or like 9 to 10 of our subscribers, a chance to win a pair of Tozo headphones. I mean, that's kind of a pretty stellar number to join in on a giveaway. You know what I'm saying?
Heck yeah. That's a pretty good chance of getting it.
Yeah. So like, and then like when I use this phone, like I'll open up like I'll open up like Chan and Reddit and stuff for like 5 minutes, and then I'll just be like, whatever. But oh my god, dude, like being able to cast all like the streaming apps off of the phone and not have to use the remote, and like I'll be lying down in bed and I'll be like, you know what, I want to watch this, or I would like to view this, and being able to just find it on the phone, cast it to the television, either through the Switch or through the PS4. Or, I mean, we have a Google Cast out in the living room now, so like I can just watch shit out there, and it's great. It's a wonderful thing. Do I feel we need it? No. Like, to me, it's not like the one selling point to where it's like, yo, dog, you want to be able to watch television like a lazy person? Yes. Okay, get a smartphone. Get a smartphone, bro. We'll make it work that way. And it's weird. It's just weird to me. Like, I love technology, believe me, man. Like, I've been working with PCs ever since my father, bought his first one when I was like 9. I love it. Like PCs to me are really cool. They're really interesting to build. There's a bunch of different things you can do with them, and like they're required to do so much stuff now in an everyday sense. And like I don't know, man. Technology's fucking crazy, and it is just becoming rapidly more and more like advanced. And like I remember, like you remember when like there were floppy. Do you remember floppy disks, dude?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get a whole lot of mileage out of them, but yeah, I definitely had floppies.
Like, dude, man, I remember like old CD-ROMs, dude, of like fun little games and stuff. Like, oh my god, dude, Aaron had this one Fisher Price like matching, like it was like a point-and-click adventure game from Fisher Price where, like, you were a person, you were like a squire or some shit, and you had to like go throughout the kingdom and collect all this crazy stuff, and there was like this cool story. It was like 4 or 5 hours if you knew exactly what you were doing and what to look for. But it was all like young kid stuff where it was like, matching game, find the difference, like a small little platformer thing. Like it was adorable, and it was for kids. Like, believe me, it was for babies.
Yeah.
But like we would play that every now and again when I would go over to his house because like I loved that game. It was really fun. It was interesting too because like I mean I wasn't like super interested in like, oh yeah, dude, let's go find Doom or some shit like that, because I didn't play those games until I was a little older on the PC, because I mean, even though I enjoyed playing playing with the PC, my parents wouldn't get us a lot of computer games because obviously we had consoles already. So they were like, we're not turning the PC into a console. You guys already have that stuff taken care of by the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation and soon to be big boy Xbox,
Yeah.
So that was their quote unquote idea of, you boys, play with the toys that you have, stop trying to get new toys.
Sure.
And yeah, like it's just technology is fucking crazy, dude. It really is. And I look forward to seeing the new inventions that we have. I mean, dude, we are literally creating currency.
I mean, get in on that Dogecoin while you can.
Oh my god. Alright. I see you paused. Are we up?
Yeah, it's time. I'm gonna get Siegfried off screen and we'll move along next time.
Alright. Okay, well, thanks guys. Comment, subscribe, ring the bell.
Ding ding.
Tell somebody I love them. And yeah. We'll see you next time.
Alright. Bye y'all.